Hi guys, well, I was up at my cousin's. I got this on DVD and I couldn't remember anything about the Popeye movie. And we both watched it on YouTube, which I've got to say, I really did enjoy. Yeah, so I've got the DVD and I remember years ago, there were certain things flashing in my mind. Sort of Olive Oyl stuck in one of those like drain pipe things. And the little boy and Popeye and Bluto. So while it's fresh in my mind, yeah, so I mean, for anyone, I mean, I'm sure that majority of people have actually watched this. But if there's some newbies that haven't seen it, you know, hopefully you'll watch it and enjoy it. And hope my review helps you decide whether to or not. So it starts off with Popeye returning to the village that he was once living in. And when he does, he meets the town folk. There's some ruffians that just want to beat him up. He sorts them out. Then he gets up to where Olive Oyl's mother is, and she lets him in to rent a room. And when he first meets Olive Oyl, yes, it's Robin Williams that does Popeye and does a very good job of it. Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm not going to sing it because I don't want copyright strike. Yeah. So as I was saying, you know, he meets Olive Oyl, gets talking to her. She starts talking how much she loves Bluto, and her family are always telling her, oh, we need this, that and the other, and saying, oh, my poor Bluto and all this. But when there comes a party, all hell breaks loose. And she just decides she doesn't want to be with Bluto, and she sort of runs off, meets up with Popeye, and then they find a child, which he renames Sleepy, because a lady leaves the child with him and says when the child's 25 or 27 they'll come back. So Popeye said, well, I've now got a son, because what he's doing is looking for his father, and he hasn't got a photograph, it just says my Popper. And when he sees spinach, he's like, yuck, I don't like that stuff. And my dad tried to feed it to me when I was young, and I told him no. So once they get sleepy, oh, he meets Wimpy and everybody else, the one that likes guzzling down the burgers and stuff. And then there's supposed to be some sort of magical creature, but it's not in the film, just the cartoons. Yeah, you know, it just starts off like that, and then Olive Oyl's starting to fall for Popeye. They're singing a few musical numbers, so I don't know if it'd be classed as a musical or fun, fantasy, whatever you want to call it. Yep, and there's a Commodore, but Olive Oyl finds out on board of Bluto's ship is the Commodore, and he suspiciously looks like Popeye. And when they tell Popeye, because Bluto's kidnapped the boy as well, the child as well, and like the baby, Sleepy, you know, to get back at Popeye, put him on the boat with his dad. And then he sort of, when Popeye finds his dad, he then realises Bluto's took Sweet Pea and also Olive Oyl and stuck in this like drain thing. So then he goes running after him, and a fight ensues, and that's when Popeye's father brings a chest up. It's got his boots and everything as a young kid, and also some spinach. And he kept saying, I told you you should be eating spinach. So he throws the can over into the water. And there's like this big, big octopus that's trying to get Olive Oyl and pull her down into water, which it sort of does. And then Bluto said, oh, you don't like spinach, cracks the can and forces it down his throat. And all of a sudden you see this, it goes under sea, you see this massive hand come up, punch Bluto, and send him flying. And then you see him running off, and he's all full of yellow. So like, you know, cow is like, he's turned yellow because Popeye's gone super strong. And then he gives a massive whack to the octopus, sends it flying, and then that's when they both get together. And his pappy's looking after Sweet Pea. It's either Sweet Pea or Sweepy, something like that. But all in all, it's a good movie. I mean, it's fun. You have a laugh. It does a good impersonation of Popeye. That's Olive Oyl. Yes, she's very dizzy and klutzy and a bit demanding at times, but it's really fun. And I've got to say, I enjoyed it. Luckily, I've managed to remember, thanks to my cousin for, putting it on and said it is on YouTube. And I've got the DVD there. Yeah, well, that's the story at the back. Some people have mentioned how she looks today, and with whatever she was saying as Olive Oyl, it took her 2 months after that to try and, break out of character, because it sort of took a toll on her. Yeah, I mean, let me know what you think. Did you watch it, or will you decide to watch it? I hope I've not spoiled it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but I've got to say it's fun. Oh yes, and on YouTube there's a fan film version that's been done, but Popeye's a bit more like a bodybuilder, which, when we looked at it, got nothing wrong with the person. I think he's sort of Spanish or something, but it just doesn't look like he's got the build of Popeye, because Popeye he's got these big calves and big forearms, so you would think that Popeye wouldn't be like a bodybuilder, but I'm not sure. It's just one of those fan films. If it was actually in cinemas, they'd probably try and do it like how Robin Williams did it. But there you go. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this. Did you enjoy it yourselves? Oh yeah, the cover art's really good, isn't it? I'll give you a big close-up. Sorry if the camera's going out of focus. Yep. I always put in my videos disclaimer 13 and over. But, like I've always said, if there's children watching it with their parents, that's good. I mean, it's got a universal rating, but any of my videos I always put that. So that means as long as there's parents with the kids watching it, that's totally fine. And, all my videos are just for fun, just for laughs. Not me boasting about them, just saying how I enjoyed it. Now, what would I give this out of 10? So it's the first ever version I've seen. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. It's typically Popeye. Yeah, it's typically Popeye. Anyone can enjoy it. Well, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed, the DVD or the film, or if you've seen it on YouTube. Oh yes, and there's also another film that I did see, which he showed me. I can't remember the name, but it is sort of a funny movie where this police cop is outside and there's sort of an explosion in space that's happened. This radiation is like blinking, it's red, but it's got like super abilities. It's just when he sees the colour red, he loses his power. Yeah, I think I've got it written down somewhere, if I recall. Super Fuzz, that's it. If you've seen it, let me know. I watched it yesterday with my cousin and it was hilarious. Yeah, really funny. Anyway, I've gone on too long. Like I said, just hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I did. Popeye, really funny film. Olive Oyl, typical Olive Oyl. Bluto, yes, the brute that, gets angry and goes after Popeye and whatnot. But it's like an introduction story to how Olive Oyl and Popeye first met up. Anyway, guys, I've done quite enough. And I will bid you adieu, and I will see you all later. Again, I will, obviously from my view it looks back to front, so I'll flip the video around, and also contain subtitles. There you go. Anyway guys, I'll catch you later, and bye for now.